Well, good beards to you all. Good beards. I can't believe it's Wednesday. It's all these bank holidays throw me into a kerfuffle. They really do. Yes, I thought my live stream was tomorrow, and it's actually tonight. So I haven't groomed my beard as much as I would like to. And beards are one of the topics we will hopefully discuss tonight. We've got a few people in already. I shall lift my glasses so I can actually read the text in front of me. Simone is here and was not first, even though she was first, unless someone's deleted their comment. Good evening, Simone. Simon from Project MGTF was not first either. But Simon also says, controversially, pitching straight into the debate that he is the beard overlord. We shall see. Bad Books is here. Good evening. Good evening, all, he says. I am the half R5'd beard overlord. Asked. He said asked. We can say that. It's past 9 o'clock. Pingu Concord is here saying yo-yo, which is a innocent, simple game for children. And also a street way of saying hello. Hello. Because it's twice, I guess. Simone asks Simon if his leg is still dead. That was a thing from today. Pingu Concord expands further on his yo-yo-ness and says, yo-yo Rob dog. Streetwise, I think is the correct thing when you do that. I don't know. Matt Dickens says beard. I am a beardo. I think you are also a beardo, aren't you, Matt? Matthew. Matthias. Number plate legend. Simon's leg is fine. And he's not let a dead leg define me. So it wasn't. Was it actually your leg, Simon, or was it a piece of lamb? I was rather hoping it'd be a piece of lamb. I was imagining have this dead leg of lamb in front of you, and you're going to eat it and roast it. Well, eat it after roasting it, obviously, because raw lamb is probably not that nice unless you're a wolf. Anyway, we shall continue. Matt. Simon carries on the yo-ness with a third yo, which is possibly excessive. Matt Dickens has a slim beard. Simone is now confused, clearly, because she thought for a moment that he might have chopped off and roasted it for dinner. I do apologise for causing any confusion with my lamb reference. Ujuj is here. The lovely Julie is here, which is wonderful. Good evening to you. So as we gradually fill up, we are filling up. There are apparently 10 people here. One of which, of course, is Penny, who will be watching from the comfort of her House of Commons office, no doubt. I think after Saturday's performance and my not so subtle hints, then she will be watching without doubt, along with leading the Commons and being the Lord Mistress of the household. Pingu says, big up the new and improved Mustard and Boaty beating hilarious duo. I love working with Simon. I've watched the Norman and Posh Bloke stroke 1970s BBC reporter videos, and I've actually now watched the actual serious interview, and I won't spoil it, because if you haven't watched it already, which Pingu obviously has, then I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to doing more content with Simon, as and when we can arrange it, because it's good fun. We do seem to click, so I do hope Mustard and Boaty aren't too jealous. We probably won't start eating kibble. Actually, that's an idea, isn't it? There's an idea, Simon. I'll message you about that privately. That's a bloody good idea. But I'm not buying a caravan, for fuck's sake. Um, what else have we got? What else have we got? Thank you. Anyway, Pingy, that's a great compliment to Simon mainly. He was the hand that guided the wheel, shall we say? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Simone's wetting herself, and Julie is saying hello to everyone, tout le monde, tous les personnes, uh, as well. And we get some French from Pingu too, because he lives almost in France, I believe. Um, Pi- was it your birthday? Tell me, when was your birthday? If I missed it, have I? I started right. So, as you may have seen in a few videos, I've put on a little weight, um, and I started a diet on Monday. So I've cut out lots of things, including sugary things. And 'cause I do, you know, like a sugary drink, cider being an example, and cider's full of sugar. So I've cut everything out. So I'm eating lots of lean protein, but lots of veg. Um, so yeah, but I'm determined to beat diabetes without taking tablets, and also lose some weight. Because the other thing I noticed when I was watching Simon interviewing me on the video that he released on his excellent channel earlier, um, is that I forgot to wear my bra in that interview. No, sorry. I need to lose some weight. I really am. Yeah, très grande, sehr grosse, you could say. Ujuji's birthday was lovely, excellent. Pingu says double beardy combo beats mustard and premature floaty. Well, I think Pingu has kind of tossed a glove in between me and Simon and mustard and boaty. So we shall have to respond to that. I'm taking that as a challenge. I am. I am. Um, Matt Dickens pities my toilet. Uh, I pity my toilet sometimes. Um, once I've stopped sweating and crying. Um, uh, Uji's birthday today. Oh, it's only me. I wish I could have someone else singing with me, because it's better when you can sing with someone. But happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Julie. 32 today. Herzlich gratuliere and all that kind of stuff. Dinosaur Dad has got up, especially at some ungodly hour in Australia, and says hello to me and everyone. Very dark and early. I'm assuming you mean the daylight quantities and time in Australia rather than me. Although I can be dark and early if requested. Dinosaur is an expert on carbs, type 1. Yes, I will pick your brains, Ross. I just, to be honest, cut them out. Apart from this, now normally I consume the Sauvignon Blanc, but tonight I'm consuming Malbec from Argentina, and it's really nice. But I'm not having too much because it's it's a treat. So let's have a little slurp. Oh, that's lovely. But yes, I will send you a PM or DM, as the young folks say, about carbs on type 1. For now I've cut them out and I feel okay, but I'm thinking I'm just going to have an absolute crash and just go and, I don't know, demolish a tub of ice cream or something silly like that. Simon says, "Shut up, Rob." Oh, sorry, I didn't read that. You're cuddly. That's all. Thanks. Um, yeah, we. Oh, yeah, we should arrange for all four of us in the yard. We could have like a. Well, it's not quite a beard off, is it? It's more like a toss off. I don't know what you call it really. Ideas on a postcard, which in YouTube speak means in the comments. So if Mustard, Boaty, Simon, and me all met in the yard together, obviously the stars would need to align um, perfectly. What could we? What kind of off would we have? Um, Sod off? I don't know. You tell me. You tell. It's not for me to say serious suggestions. Here you tell me. The floor is yours, and it's me talking, but the floor is yours as long as I can read the comments. Ujuj is saying that's good, and yes, that's very nice. Simon Sing with me was beautiful. I'm actually in discussion with Gareth Baloney about doing some kind of BBC series. What was his word? So I rang him and he said, "Fuck off." That was what he said. That's a different kind of off. Um, uh, Simon joined in the singing. That's good. Yeah. I could almost hear you in my ear. Um, um, Pingu would have guessed 28 to 31. Yeah, I think if you meet Julie, that is pretty much bob on. None of this +9 bollocks which she's written. But I hope Simon has spoilt you, and I'm guessing you awoke this morning with him kind of serenading you with very gentle violin music and sprinkling rose petals on your bed. Um, Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you'll tell us. I don't know. Matt Dickens is too common for red wine. No one's too common for red wine. I got this from a corner shop. Wasn't from Waitrose. No, 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 no. Car Crazy Norwegian is here. Good evening, Sven. It's really nice to have you here. I hope you're doing well. Everything Cars is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, everything Cars. Wonderful. Rover Joe, oh, bloody hell, they're flooding in now. It's like a torrent. Rover Joe is here. Mr. Beard and Bangers, A up to you too, son. Everyone says hello. Bad Book says bog off. A bog off. Maybe I should have extra spinach and sauerkraut and blueberries the night before the great big bog off. But maybe I wouldn't make it up the M1 if I did that. I don't know. Jabberwocky 220 GTI. Liz is here. Hello. First time to a live with you, Rob, except for a real life live when I was alive, just at POL Ect, as you say. Very nice to have you here, and I'm sure everyone else feels exactly the same. Hello, Liz. So yeah, it's very nice to have you here. Ujas replies to Pingu and then says some rubbish about her age, which we'll just ignore. Matt Dickens says, "Not sure I want any part of you for tossing off in Simon's yard." Fair enough. I'll move on. People saying hello, hello, hello. Pingu says, "Rob, I brisk 10-minute walk every day. Will you have you ripped and ready for a Ukrainian special hot wife in no time?" I think, yeah. Are you offering to walk me? Do I have to wear a lead or something? No, yeah, I have taken a walk this evening. I'm actually taking a walk every day this week. So I started the diet Monday, even though Monday was a bank holiday and it was easy to go to the pub and order takeaway foods and just kind of generally be a slob. I thought, no, Monday is the day. So I started Monday morning, very strict, black coffee, no milk or sugar, and I've not diverted from that course since. But thank you for your fitness tips, Pingu. Simon has been super sweet, according I'm sure he has, because he is super sweet. Uh, Liz says hello to Simon. Simon says, that's exactly what happened this morning, Rob. Minus the violin and pedals. Very, very good. Simon's shocked by the number of joiners, who I think have now actually left, which I can't blame them for, really. People saying hello, hello. Yeah, Pingy says smash that lick button, or as we say, lick that smash button. Yes, Liz, Car Crazy Norwegian is here. Sven is in the room. I don't know how long he'll be here for, because I know he does work very hard in this time of night. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone's helloing each other. Hello, hello, hello. Liz hopes that Julie is still being waited on and looked after for her birthday, which, of course, I can imagine. I can now imagine Simon with a silver tray, a little thong on, just kind of serving Julie delights. Yeah, which could be why he has a dead leg, but it will let Simon tell us. I shouldn't speculate. We don't want. We had enough unprecedented moments on Saturday's live stream during the coronation. We don't want unprecedented moments here, because this is just like our chilled out hour or two. We haven't even gotten to the main topic yet. Stephen S. Paul is here. So we've got the Australian contingent. We've got the United States contingent. I'm not sure if we've got anyone from Coventry yet, but we have got someone from North London. Yeah. Ujic has licked and smashed the button, which is good. Rover Joe has been to a scrapyard to strip some bits off a 25. Was the 25 beyond saving? I mean, you could have told me. I'd have probably just bought it and spent thousands of pounds bringing it to fine condition. Stephen S. Paul's fitness tip is don't eat. Secret to long life, keep breathing. I have seriously cut down on the food. And so far, I'm feeling good for it. The shirt is still bulging. I still need the bra, but give it a couple of weeks, and Svetlana's going to be bouncing around this house. And Svetlana is my new cat, by the way. Matt Dickens heard I got some new stickers, Rob, which is my name. So I didn't need to read that out. I did get some new stickers. And I got those new stickers from Matt Dickens. He's not just a number plate legend, but he's also a very sticky man with stickers. I have got these stickers in a. I've actually got one right to hand, which wasn't a topic, but Matt's decided to make it a topic. Here we are. Here's one of the new Beards and Bangers stickers. The logo is sticky because it's a sticker. You'll notice the design has slightly changed, and I will be giving those to my friends as and when I see them. So I'm not going to sell them to everybody, but if people I don't know want to buy them, that's fine. But people I know, like you people on here, you can have one, and you can have a sticker as well. Goodness me, these comments are just this is unprecedented. I have got thank you, Matt, as well for the stickers. They're great. We'll have to have a chat when I come and see you next week about other stuff as well. Sven does not work tonight for once, and rather than going and getting pissed on antifreeze, he's come on the Beards and Bangers live stream, which I really appreciate, because Sven's channel is it's his name on here, Car Crazy Norwegian. So if you don't know Sven's channel, please go over there and have a look, because what I'm really liking is his. I like all his videos, but his head gasket replacement is so comprehensive. It makes the Haynes manual look like the Hungry Caterpillar, to be quite frank. So yeah, do head over to Sven's channel, have a look. Smash all the buttons. You know what to do. Um, Pingu doesn't need to visualize that image. I probably made you visualize several images, so I've actually forgotten which one it is now. But yeah, I won't try and make you visualize anything else ever again, Pingu. Dinosaur says Norman Butler. Norman Butler, that man, he loves Car Jam. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, uh, Personally, I think Norman Butler is single-handedly responsible for MG Rover going down the drain. But Norman would deny that because he's a very principled man, but he's very stubborn. Simon responds to some of his friends and colleagues. Rover said it was smashed into no front end. Ooh, no front end. Does that mean the back end's in good condition? If it's got a very nice rear, I may need to head up there. Yeah, Simon, Sven is mental having a day off. I mean, that's just out there. Yeah, people chatting. I shall read out Uji, even though Uji is addressing Liz. I should read it out because it's probably worth it. Liz, I am, thank you. Maybe not like in Rob's imagination. He. Oh, I saw your car on videos. It's really impressive. Liz's car is very impressive. It's like the belle of the ball wherever she goes. Sorry. Yeah, that car is. I've never ever seen mirrors on the underside of the bonnet before. It's everything about it is brilliant. Yeah, if only my 260 was like that, rather than sitting in a yard with no clutch. No, I shouldn't break my 260 because it's a work in progress. Yes, Simon, they are inside window stickers, and they're very colourful. Sven replies to Simon. Pingu says more anchovy olives. I'm avoiding olives because I think they're quite carbohydrate rich, even though if you put a bowl of olives down in front of me, it would be between them and Svetlana. And at the moment, it would probably be the olives. But yeah, we will share a bowl of anchovy olive sometime, Pingu. Simon talks to Sven. Sven talks back to Simon. Rover said the rear end looked okay. The interior was like new too. I'll have to have a word with you about that. Yeah, shame really. Oh, what a shame. 40k. 40k. And it's in a knacker's yard. That is, we've got to save them. Simone is still here. Hello again, Simone. That's good. And Simon tells me the 260 needs to live. The 260 will live. It's coming on. I've not had a chance to see what's happening this week, or last 2 weeks actually, because I've been quite a busy boy with work. Pingu very kindly offers me like a kind of a Rover pimp to borrow one of his R3s and play with its rear end. I may well take you up on that offer. Now, tonight's main topic, and one does not have to have a beard to participate in this, but someone said on Saturday about who the beard overlord is, and there was some conjecture. So I would like to I'd like to pose a question: who is the beard overlord? Now, it doesn't have to be me, it doesn't have to be Simon, it could be anyone, not just on YouTube, it could be anyone, fictional, factual, anything. So tonight's question is, and I'm not doing a poll because I really still haven't worked out how to do it, and quite frankly, you don't need to. I just ask a question, and you guys will put comments in, and then we'll all kind of, I'll kind of say something silly about those comments, and you'll say something silly to each other about these comments. So we don't need polls. We just need to write an answer in the comments. So Who is the beard overlord? Can be fictional, factual, doesn't have to be on YouTube, doesn't have to be me, but it could be me. Could be Simon. Um, Pingu asks me, how are my clutches these days? Well, I'm walking better. So, yeah, quite no. They're all five. Yeah, I've got 5 cars, which is actually quite a marked reduction, um, given the 9 I had at the start of the year. So I'm now on 5 cars. 2 have no clutch, 3 have a clutch. Of those 3, one has a quite a high biting point, which is the BRM, but I think that's just B. It's just BRM-ish. Doesn't seem to be doing anything weird. 190 clutch is fine. Have I got another car? What's my other car? Oh, TF. Yeah, the clutch on that's fine as well. Yeah. So yeah, the 260 clutch is not working. The ZTT clutch has never worked since I bought the car, because I bought that car not for its clutch but for its wheels. I looked at the shoes rather than the good stuff. There we are. But yes, but other than that, my clutches are very well, thank you. Blimey, I've never had to do this before. Scroll back up to the comments. You lot are chatty tonight. You really are, which I like. Matt Dickens says Warhammer Jesus. That takes me. I didn't know you get a Warhammer Jesus. I thought it was like soldiers, but I never knew there was a Warhammer Jesus. Was he in the traditional kind of beige leather robes and with the beard and long hair? Wow, unprecedented news. There was a Warhammer Jesus. But seriously, Matt, yeah, Warhammer. Where I live, there is a Warhammer shop, and it's very popular. And my local pub, where I will not be frequenting as much because beer is bad for men with big bellies. They actually have a Warhammer night on a Thursday, which I don't go to because I don't do Warhammer, but anymore. But yeah, and it's too late for me anyway. But yeah, Warhammer is still alive and well. I see whether it says the Warhammer came from Simon's comment to Rover Joe. Right. Okay. Right. These comments, it's just moving so fast, which is lovely. Rover Joe hasn't played that in ages. If you find yourself in Aylesbury, Buckinghamshire, on a Thursday evening, then I can point you in the direction of a Warhammer playing area. Stephen S. Paul says, we have a real classic in the yard. Here we go. It arrived yesterday. Oh, it is nice, isn't it? It's a Lancia Gamma Coupe. Hit very hard in the hard, same sounds the same. Hit very hard in the right rear quarter. Last inspection was 1998. Still runs and drives, actually. Lancia Gamma Coupe. Well, that just, yeah. You're starting already, aren't you? It's just past the watershed here in England, and you're moistening everyone. Sorry to use that word. Liz, if you're still here, I know you hate that word. I do apologize. But Stephen S. Paul, love it. I love it. But he has this habit of tantalizing us with what's coming to his yard. Keep it up, Stephen S. Paul. Actually, I like to hear these stories. A Lancia Gamma Coupe. Wow. Simon has a dirty mind, according to Pingu. Yep. Matt Dickens says, my mate Gavin, he was standing next to me at POL. Is he a Warhammerite? Warhammerist? Something. Sorry, you're replying to a beard overlord. Yes, your mate. Yes, sorry. I'm not used to this many comments. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, get a secretary or something. Your mate Gavin has got a serious beard. Oh yes. But Udyr says Dumbledore, which is kind of where I was thinking. And then Pingu Concord goes where I actually was thinking, kind of, saying Gandhi or Gandalf. I was thinking Gandalf actually is the beard overlord. And I think Gandalf actually did feature in the coronation. I'm sure he was wearing like a dress or a frock at the coronation and may have carried some kind of ornament around the altar thing. But yeah, so we've got Matt's mate Gavin, who has got that is some serious fucking bush. It really is. We've got Dumbledore. We've got Gandhi or Gandalf. I think Gandhi had a moustache, didn't he? The actual Mahatma Gandhi just had a moustache from memory. But Gandalf certainly is a very beardy chap. Liz says beardy overlord is Big Clive live, Scottish guy doing electrical stuff. Fanny Flambeau and Woofles, usually on Saturday nights. I will have to check this out. Beardy, so there's so maybe the beardy overlord question won't be answered tonight. It could be a homework. Here we are, homework for next week. So for next week's live stream, we need to do some beardy overlord homework. But don't feel you can't put comments in here right now. Stephen S. Paul thought, oh, what have I done? I've jumped the car. Bollocks. Stephen S. Paul thought Zod or Zod from Superman was the Big B. I will have to again research that. It's been a long week, and my Superman memory bank is. I haven't watched those films for a long time, so research needed. Matt believes that I'm playing Clutch or No Clutch. It's a new game with Deuce Borsythe. Is this card got a clutch or no clutch? That's the really bad Bruce Forsyth impression, but I've never worked on a Bruce Forsyth. Yeah, him impression. Is he dead or alive? I forget. Anyway, clutch or no clutch. You could just do that, couldn't you? You could just put a photograph of a car and go clutch or no clutch, and then the winner gets, I don't know, a master cylinder inserted in their car. Rover Joe managed to get the electric mirrors, door looms, front door cards, electric window module and switches, vents, other switches. It had the Rover radio, but I couldn't get it out. Oh, that's a bugger. Because getting a proper Rover radio is hard, as I found out. And I've now got a shed full of Rover radios because I kept buying them. Got codes to them, though. Just no looms. Well, Joe, that sounds like a very good haul. And did you manage? How did you manage to get that over the fence, or did you actually do it legitimately? Tell us. Right, Simon. This is a paragraph from Simon, so I'm going to bit of gravitas. Serious moment. The beard overlord is Beardy von Hairyface of the Shire of Doomsville. Why did you have to mention him, Simon? Ooh. He spends his time teaching the others of his tribe how to groom and look after their beards, and also does some work with dwarfs, amongst other things. So Simon has, that's a strong nomination. Beardy von Hairyface of the Shire of Doomsville, dwarf groomer. Rover Joe may do a Rover Parts live stream haul. Don't you have to laugh your ass off? Do it. I think a scrapyard video is quite, especially if there's other interesting cars there. What you could do is get in touch with Stephen S. Paul, fly to America, and go around his yard, because that would actually be, I don't know, like just a classic car show by the sounds of what Stephen comes up with. But yeah, no, Joe, seriously, do a scrapyard video. It'd be good. Um, Bad Books pitches in. Beard Overlord is Uncle Bulgaria. Controversial, but valid. Matt Dickens addresses Joe, and I'll let Joe read that. But he's got some part. Matt's got some parts for you. Dinosaur. Oh yes, Dinosaur Dad says Brian Blessed combo of the beard and the huge personality. I'm from Yorkshire and I am an actor. Um, Apparently that's what he sounds like. What I like to see though, sorry, I got carried up. I love Brian Blessed. It's when I was a kid and watched the closing, I don't know, 30 minutes of Flash Gordon. He's like, such and such tribe, dive! Just this really massive voice. And then you watch him in really obscure thing that I quite like some of the 70s BBC stuff, like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, so the original BBC series. And I love things like Yes, Prime Minister, all that kind of. But I, Claudius, with Derek Jacobi, the first 2 or 3 episodes have got a not very young, but a young Brian Blessed in. And the first time I watched it, I was like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, I know that voice, but I can't recognize it because he had no beard. So, yes, his voice was very defining, but it was the beard that really made him stand out. But yeah, what I like, continuing Dinosaur Dad's comment after a lengthy meandering by me, what I'd like to see is what all those faces look like with beards shaved off. Well, if you watch I Claudius or I Clavdius as it's spelt, then you will see what Brian Blessed looks like without his facial bush attached. Are you challenging anyone, Dinosaur, to go beardless? I would not like to go beardless. I can go shorter, but I wouldn't like to go beardless. I would feel somewhat exposed. Julie says, actually, Gandalf and Dumbledore and Merlin equally. This is a very serious. It is Julie. That's why I've asked it, darling. It's a very serious question. And on Beards and Bangers live streams, I only ask serious questions, and people only write serious comments. So, my question back to you, Julie, is: are Gandalf, Dumbledore, and Merlin actually the same person? Are they the same actor? I forget. I do forget. Mm, oh, blimey, this is going. Goodness me. I've just flicked the comments with my thumb naughtily. Rover Joe Matt has asked you a question, so please tell him. Bad Book says Garnahayan had a big nappy. Garnahayan, I can't think who that is. I'm quite thick, really. I'm very unworldly. Julie says maybe Gandhi had a spiritual beard. I think he was certainly a very clever chap. Simon knows who Big Clive is. I will have to find out. Matt replies to Joe. Joe replies to Matt. I'll let you two take that into a room. Pingu meant Gandalf. Surely your overlord is now Mistress Penny M. Oh, I know. Some of you don't get it, but my overwhelming impression, other than the rare spectacle of having a monarch coronated, if that's the correct word, was Penny Mordaunt. Goodness me! I mean, she must have forearms of steel. She was holding that enormous sword in both of her hands for such a long time. Um, yeah, maybe I will message Penny and ask for a picture of her beard, if she has one, and yeah, we'll add her to the mix. But yeah, she's a different kind of overlord, Pingy. We just purely talk about who's got the defining beard, but Penny may well have a beard. 1999 is in. Evening 1999. Hope you're well. How are you doing? Simon wants to know if anyone has seen Penny's beard. Rover Joe further amplifies upon this rover that he nicked some parts from earlier. It also had the uprated throttle body. I really need to go back and get it out. Get it, lol. Yeah, go back with some WD-40 and a massive socket set with some breaker bars and just rip all those parts off it. Matt Dickens says, Uncle Albert beard. That is a good beard. That is sort of white haired, and it's almost curly, that beard, wasn't it? It was like he was just a massive curly white hair, just a big curly thing. Yeah, that's a good beard. But Overlord, don't know. Not sure if Uncle Albert, as lovable as he is an overlord. Bad Book says Brucey is in an urn under the London Palladium. Is he? Oh, I didn't realise. He was gone. I lose track of these celebrities who pass away. So I can't do a Bruce Forsyth impression. So no one should be offended by my attempt. Joe says it was all done properly. It took me about an hour to remove all the stuff I needed. Go back. Just get all those bits, even if you don't need them. Project MGTF says that Rover Joe of Hubnut feels a wiper swap video is worth putting out. Then any subject, or if Hubnut feels a wiper swap video, I've nearly read that as wife swap. Now there's something. Hubnut does wife swap. Wouldn't that be a video on Hubnut? Goodness me. Then any subject is doable on YouTube, but some are more fun to watch than others. I'll put it in a positive way like that. Dinosaur says grooming dwarves sounds highly suspicious. It is. Yeah. If not, sorry, I didn't read your second comment. Excuse me. Simon has painted. So Rover Joe has painted something relating to his wipers, I would imagine. Simon highlights my name, which means I've got to read this comment out. We sometimes have a town crier in our village centre. Is he bearded? And if so, does he contend? Does he? Oh, yes. Brian Blessed also could be the town crier. Brian Blessed! But yes, but has your town crier got a beard? Crazy Norwegian loves Flash Gordon. It's a great film. You've got Timothy Dalton. You've got Brian Blessed. You've got some blonde American guy who no one ever knows the name of because no one had ever seen him in a film before or after Flash Gordon. And you've got former BBC Blue Peter presenter Peter Duncan wearing tights. And you can see his meat and two veg. If you want to see that is. But yeah, Flash Gordon, classic. It's a Christmas film. It's like uncle and auntie and granny and grandpa had gone home, and it's 27th of December, and you've got nothing to do, but you just want to watch films all day. So a bit of Dad's Army, bit of Flash Gordon. Yeah. Bad Books went to an evening with Brian Blessed, just him on the stage, absolutely hilarious. I can imagine that. Matt gives us an update. So Gordon's alive. Gordon is alive. So the guy who played Flash Gordon, who we don't know what his name is, and we've never seen him in any other films, is alive. Stephen S. Paul says, remember, these cars are for scrap, not parts, unless the Alpha Boss says otherwise. Fair enough. It questions Stephen S. Paul. Is the Alpha Boss the beard overlord? Does the Alpha Boss have a beard? Simon speaks lengthily with a caution to Rover Joe. Ian will pinch it. I'm assuming that means the idea, not someone's bottom. And his 1 million fans will tell him it's wonderful and Muzhubnut is fantastic and they love the hublets, which is all very weird to me. Lol. It's they're sharing a lot with that many fans, I have to say. I don't know if it's Dinosaur Dad or someone pointed out to me that as my channel grows, I should maybe not have my front door and stuff visible. And by stuff, I mean personal effects, not my genitals. Although that nearly happened when I was washing the Rover 200, Rover 216. But those jeans were quite loose. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Comments keep jumping. This is yeah. Simone is here still, which is good. Hello, Simone. Hello again. Bad Book says, sorry, Gandhi wore a big nappy. He did kind of wear something like a nappy. Yes, it was white and nappy-ish. Liz, yeah, I'm glad you've gone here, Liz. Liz says, what about the two guys from ZZ? And we shall say it like that because we are in England. What about the two guys from ZZ Top? Beardy. Watch that video to Give Me All Your Loving. And that's like a 3-minute beard fest. Forget the lyrics, forget the music. It's all about the beards. Julie gets back to me and says, ooh, they might be the same person indeed, like beardy reincarnation of each other. Maybe they're triplets. Right, so Gandalf was played by Sir Ian McKellen. I think I'm right. Dumbledore, I thought was also played by Sir Ian McKellen. But maybe I'm wrong. Or is it the other Thesp? And who was the other one we were mentioning? I won't touch the comments because they'll go flying up and down. Simon asks, was the sword made of pork at me? I think a lot. I mean, we had some, interesting things we didn't know about the royal family that came out of Saturday's broadcast. I mean, firstly, the Rover 75 that should have borne Charles from Buckingham Palace to the Westminster Abbey is still not fixed. For those of you who missed it, that was the big story. Charles had to be wheeled in an archaic horse and cart, which was, shocking, really, because the Rover 75 happened to be a Rover 75 1.8 turbo, which apparently is the one that everyone wants. But because someone had put the turbo on the K series engine, the head gasket had gone. There was car jam as a certain mechanic who I had the misfortune to meet said, but it still wasn't fixed. Camilla was supposed to roll her sleeves up on Saturday afternoon after the coronation, get it fixed. No, she got on the gin and Dubonnet. That was it. Things everywhere, crowns all over the place, absolute carnage. Royal Rover 75 still sitting out the back of Buckingham Palace, absolutely fucked. Disgrace. Yeah. I won't say any more on the subject. Rover Joe asks, Penny Mordaunt has a beard. She can do if she wants. Pingu believes she is clean shaven. Don't say sorry, Pingu. It's not an issue. If she doesn't have her own beard, she can have mine. Ross asks Simon a question. Again, Liz brings up, and Liz is like the calm amongst the storm. It's like the parting of the theatrical smoke stuff. Liz says we have all forgotten about Santa as having the most memorable beard. We have, and he exists. To my younger viewers who should be in bed or not watching this at all, because I swear and stuff, and yeah, other stuff. Pingus is opposite Overlord. Beardy Gimp. Pingu says Beardy Gimp would be Shaggy from Scooby. Yeah. Yeah, that's not. Can you even call that a beard? It's just like, I don't know. It's like you kind of nuzzled your cat and you've got greasy skin and it's stuck to it. Just a few hairs. I don't know if that counts as a beard, Pingu, but we could have an alternate prize as the Beardy Gimp. But Liz again moderates the discussion because someone's got to, and says that what Shaggy done to annoy Pingu. Matt Dickens Osama bin Laden beard. I wouldn't be seen dead in that personally. Ross says surely Ming the Merciless. No, I like that spelling. I don't care if it's right or not. I don't know. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, Ming the yeah, that is that real thin kind of, and it's the eyes as well, like the real accusatory, suspicious eyes like this. And that's not me when I've woken up with a terrible hangover. Pingu addresses me by both my shortened name and my I'm in trouble name by saying Robert. Who is your favorite Dad's Army character? I think it's got to be Private Godfrey. He's just brilliant, isn't he? He's just cuddly and yeah. But Sergeant Wilson in the original. I hope we're talking about purely the original Dad's Army rather than the film that was out a few years ago. But Sergeant Wilson, played by John LeMessurier, he was quite a card as well, just like unfazed, kind of very nothing bothers him. But Sergeant Godfrey. If there was a vote, it'd be Goddard, just because he was the man. Simon says the Flash Gordon guy was in Ted 1 and 2, obviously. Means nothing. Stephen S. Paul says we don't speak his name, and that's relating to I can't keep I've got to get used to when I've got to getting more comments, and you lot are like coming at me like, something like that. But no one said Donald Trump, surely. Mine's 99 is all good. Just car news. Mine's 99 just purchased his first MG ZR 160 in X Power, and that is a good color on a very good car. Because, funnily enough, I used to have an MG ZR 160 in X Power. How is it? Is it driving nice? Does it need anything doing to it? Do you smile unstoppably when you hit 5,000 RPM and keep going till the red line, and then have to go to the garage to get more fuel? Rover Joe tries to avoid showing too much of the street and house when filming. Don't want any weirdos turning up. Lol. I don't need to actually do YouTube videos for that to happen where I live. You just get weirdos turning up anyway. I had a guy just knock on the door the other day, and he goes, I vaguely know him. He lives just around the corner. He goes, "Have you got a cigarette?" And I'm like, bit of a cheek, but I gave him one that was actually in my mouth rather than giving him a fresh one out of the packet. I'll probably get banned off YouTube for saying that now, because I said cigarette. Pingu says, surely King Charlie's 1.8T was worth nearly $3,000. until the head gasket failure. No. Uh, well, of course it was. Yeah, I mean, if Camilla had done the maintenance like she was supposed to, then it would almost certainly be worth 3 grand, without question. I mean, the fact they let it go, especially like the day before the coronation. I mean, who thought towing a caravan with it was a good idea? Camilla. Sorry, Queen Camilla. Dinosaur Dad says, "Who the hell dragged Lionel Richie out of the retirement home on the weekend? He was absolutely terrible. I knew he'd sung because I only from reading the paper. I didn't actually watch the after party, and for some reason, after my live stream, I wasn't invited, which seems strange. Yeah, but yeah, I saw there was some fossils on the stage. That's for sure, Ross." Sven agrees with Liz. Julie says, "Is that what you meant? The actors were the same." Yes, I did. Sorry, I was just talking B0LL0CKS, which I think is a kind of an animal from Cloud Cuckoo Land World. I don't think they were actually. Second Dumbledore was played by Mike. Yeah, that's it. Yes, yes, Julie, well done. Michael Gambon was Dumbledore too. And was Dumbledore one Richard Harris, maybe, or Peter O'Toole, one of those two? Can't remember. Oh dear, it's very bad, isn't it? First one is R.I.P. Yeah, which would be Richard Harris or Peter O'Toole, because I think they're both R.I.P. Pingu. Pingu says, in his opinion, Skeletor has a cloaked beard. So we've potentially got a third beard category. We've got Beard Overlord, who obviously is king of the beards. We've got Gimp Beard, who's and then we've got the cloaked beard Overlord. There could be some Lord of the Rings cloaked beard Overlord characters from Return of the King. If you remember the ghosts who, what was the king called? The Viggo Mortensen character went and summoned a ghost army, didn't he, to whop the so and so's arses? Yeah. Bad Book says, remembering the teachings of the church, that surely Jesus is the beard. So I'll do this in Ben Hur. Surely Jesus is the beard overlord, or something like that. Simon then says, to confuse us further, Julie's uncle is the beard overlord. We will need proof. I've not met l'oncle de Julie. Bad Book, Matt fictional is allowed. A fictional beard is absolutely fine as a contender for beard overlord. So Gandalf, Dumbledore, they can compete. So Jesus also, if he is fictional to you, which to me he's not, but to you he might be, we don't judge. We each have our own beliefs or non-beliefs. But whoever you want to be your beard overlord contender can be, whether they're fictional or not, or whether they are a son of God or not. Pingu says, "May I be excused?" Godfrey, yes, that's one of the reasons I loved him. Always going for a whittle. Apart from there's one episode where he's standing on guard in the rain and he just goes, which I thought was brilliant. Yeah, fuck it, I'm wet through anyway. What does it matter? Uju says something to Simon in mathematical speak, which I square root of beard divided by pi overlord. That's one hell of an equation. I'm not the person to work that out because maths was my worst subject. I got a D in maths. It's pretty shit, really. Liz says the dude has a beard. Who could I forget being a dudist minister? The dude does have a beard. Well, the Western image of um, Jesus has him as having a beard, which I would guess is typical of a Jewish man of the turn of the previous millennium. Goodness me, that was hard work. I've got bloody stinking headache now, working that out in my head. Black Lines is here. Good evening, Black Lines. How are you? You've just been busy doing a bit of work, but you just thought you'd pop in for a minute, say hello, and hello to you. And it's nice to see you. Bad Books points out to Matt that's the same as Santa. Fictional, if non-believer, believer, any person with a beard can be a contender. I've skipped the comments again. Oh yes, Ross says if there was a third world war, I could see all our community YouTubers as a dad's army. Rob, you're Captain Mannering. How very dare you, stupid boy? How very dare you? Is that because I can do the voice? Thank you, Ross. Thank you. I'm glad you've compared me to Captain Manwaring, as the Welsh guy who replaced Wilson said. Simon replies to Liz. Simon replies to Ross. Rover Joe says, "Oh, did I show you? Oh, did I show you my first ever wig melding? No, Joe, show us your wig melding, please." Mines in 99 gets back to us about his MG ZR 160 in X Power Grey, bought without an MOT from near Bicester. Oh, that's just up the road from me. Few areas of rust. I didn't spot that one. It's unusual for me. All comments, do you want to stay there? All MOT'd and makes me smile every time I drive. Bloody brilliant, mate. That is brilliant. You were looking for an MGT. I think you mean TF, unless it's a really old MGT, in which case, good for you. But yeah, oh no, ZR160, a cracking car, cracking car. Matt Diggins kept thinking Robbie Coltrane, but that's Hagrid. Again, sadly, RIP, Robbie Coltrane. Goodness me. Sven says hello to Black Lines. Minus 99 was looking for an MGF, but somehow had a beer and bought the ZR instead without an MOT. Do you know, that happens to me. I have a couple of drinks, go on eBay. The next thing I know, I wake up and I'm on a train. I'm going to collect a car. It's quite fun, but then you look at your bank balance. And that's just after the train ticket, let alone buying the car. The car's cheaper than the bloody train ticket most of the time. Simon says Julie's uncle is a maths professor and has a long beard. Professor long beard. Kind of given, I would guess. But yes. Simon says mine's not. So mine's not. I might turn up your blessing. Yeah, just get pissed. Buy a car, sight unseen, no MOT. Sometimes it's all right. Sometimes it's like, oh the god, what the fuck have I done? Dunn says Papa Smurf, yes. But is it a beard? Is a beard without a moustache? Yeah, it's a chin curtain. It's still a beard. My cousin in Somerset has a chin curtain beard. Jimmy Quinn is here and says hello to everyone and Simon. I don't know why he separated Simon off there. Maybe is Simon in trouble? I don't know. Right, homework. So, I've set everyone some homework, and then Liz sets me some homework, which is for me to check out Big Clive and the Dude. I will do that. Jimmy Quinn says hi. Everyone's saying hello to Jimmy Quinn. Simon says Boaty would be the doggy. Doggy. Is that his what's the we're just talking about this bloody TV series. What's it called? For flip's sake. Dad's Army, that's the one. It was really hard for me to remember that. Hilda, the bearded lady from the circus. Or just find a circus. Or probably a bit hard to find a circus these days because all the Russians have been sent away. Simone is now here proper. She was making dinner. And what was dinner? Were you doing a desperate Dan with the sausages again in the mash? Because that was cool. Who won that, by the way? Is that poll finished? I've not actually looked at it. I've not really looked at Facebook today. Simon says Boaty with the Dad's Army one, who was always doing backhand dealings. Oh, what's his character called? Dodgy. You wrote Dodgy, but just got the two letters, and I couldn't spot that because I think I'm mildly dyslexic. Walker, was it Walker? Yeah, it was Walker. Private Walker was the dodgy one, the black marketeer. Simone is eating a deep pan meat feast pizza, which sounds delicious, but I'm going to not think about it because it's not food I should or will be eating for the foreseeable future. Pingu almost bought a 220 turbo Tomcat today, but seller was a twat. I had one of those at the weekend. I saw a Ford Probe, and the description implied it was very little description, very little bullet points, very little description, and the seller implied the description that it had been welded to satisfy the MOT. Now that to me meant it had an MOT. He'd had it welded to give it an MOT. So I said, right, what will you take for it? And we agreed a price, quite a good price. And then I go, before I transfer any, not transfer any money, I wouldn't transfer money until I actually got the car, but before I come and get it, can I confirm the car is drivable and has an MOT? He goes, oh no, it hasn't got an MOT. It's like, well, your description suggests it has, so I'm not buying it. And I was gutted because I would love a Ford Probe. But yeah, I thought he was a bit of a one as well. Boaty would be Sergeant Wilson. Yes, I can see that actually. Yeah, quite kind of languid and floppy. Sergeant Wilson was quite floppy, wasn't he? People talking to each other. Liz would like a 220T Tomcat dream car. Yeah, I would like one as well. Yeah. Balls. Project. Bad said Project Engineer, Private Walker. Yes, yeah. Bad Book's got there before me. Simon asked Liz a question. Julie's uncle is a math genius writing books and traveling the world to meet other math geniuses and to bring awareness about the maths. His beard makes him the Gandalf of Mathshire and possibly the beard overlord as well. But we shall reconvene next week and we'll have a bit of a, I don't know, wash up as to where we've got with our beard overlord conclusions. By which time I'll have watched Big Clive and the Dude, because that's my homework. Pingu says, never mind. I have a 220 coupe and a 216 turbo engine. Just need to get round to marrying them together. They need to get it on. Stephen S. Paul says, the last time I was in a bar pub tavern, I asked for a glass of chocolate milk, and then they asked me to leave. I'm not a beer drinker. You should be able to have what you want in a bar, surely. It's not a bar pub tavern if you can't have what you want. I've never drunk milk in a pub, but I have seen someone drinking milk in a pub. Milk's a nice drink. Liz hasn't got any room. She tells Simone tells me I won. I won the sausage and mash off. Let's see who wins. Well, that's I can't speak now. It's the onion gravy. It's still actually making me cry. Walker, yeah. Walker, yeah. Simon's asking Liz some stuff about her yard. Julie says, Rob, so are you cutting carbs? Sorry, I didn't fill out that earlier when you mentioned. Yes, I'm basically avoiding. So I've got type 2 diabetes, but very mild. So I'm not. Well, I basically refused to take the tablets. I said, no, I'm not. I don't want medication. I will cure it myself by losing weight and eating properly. So things like bread, when you eat a piece of bread, the moment you put it in your mouth, it becomes sugar. So bread is not a good thing to eat. Pasta's okay, but it's not. I'm being very strict. So I'm cutting them all out. So my carbs are coming from a very small amount of berries, so blueberries, raspberries, and then the natural carbs in meat and greens. I'm eating lots of greens. And then I'm not eating, it's not an Atkins diet, so I'm not eating stupid amounts of meat, like a plate of pork chops. I'm having, like, I had a piece of steak that's Sobe tonight with lots of spinach, and that filled me up. I like lots of veg anyway, so it's not a problem for me. But yeah, anything. So sugar's a no. Bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, anything with flour in, pastry, of course. So it's quite tough, but I didn't do it straight off. So it's taken me about a week to kind of get my head around what I've got to do and not buy stuff in the supermarket, then loiters in the fridge tempting me. I've got rid of all the shite. I've given it to friends. So wagon wheels, which are one of my weaknesses, penguin bars, all that kind of stuff's gone out the house. No beer in the house. We'll see where I end up. So I'll either end up, not losing any weight or losing lots. But I think if I can get on top of the diabetes, that's a good thing for a start. But we can chat more about my particular diet, because I don't want to make the whole live stream about that. Liz has got lots of cars. And insurance, I won't do an insurance ranks. I did that a couple of weeks ago. Matt says that Liz sounds like she needs some plates. Matt is your go-to man for number plates with whatever you want written on them, apart from the legal number plate bit. Matt is him. Matt _ is here. Good evening, Matt. How are you? Hello. Liz discusses her insurance. I should let you read that rather than me read it out. Everyone says hello to Matt, which is great. And Pingu confirms that I am the sausage overlord. Now, I won't stand up and do the sausage dance because that is quite frankly undesirable for anyone to see. But I will look forward to receiving the accolades in due course. I'm fine, thank you, Matt. Yes, very well. Yes, and Bad Books congratulates me on winning the sausage and mash off. Yeah, I'm a humble winner. Tasted bloody lovely. Matt says, Liz says hello to Matt. Liz knows Matt plates. Matt plates are brilliant. And there's Matt sitting there eating a whole bar of chalk. No, I'm not going to weaken. People saying hello to one another. Rover Joe says, my dad managed to reverse his type 2 amazingly. His blood sugar is in the 5s now on average, which is really good. That is good. Yeah, type 2 you can get out of it through diet, but type 1 it's obviously insulin dependent. So yeah, if you can, I think it's better. I know a friend of mine has done it through diet as well. Right, because I think some of the side effects from the type 2 diabetes medication are not nice. for you or anyone within earshot of your toilet, from what I hear. Stephen S. Paul has a first generation Ford Probe LX. The body shell was an American only thing, 2.2 litre 5 speed. It was free back in 98. Still have it, obviously. I probably get off my post, cat. The cat's coming in and is eating my post, which I put there to deal with tomorrow. Because what are you doing? Do you want to be on YouTube? Come on then. Here's Louis. Here's Louis. Louis going to read the comments with me, even though he can't read because he's a cat. Yeah. So the Generation 4 first. I think we could get those over here because I think we got basically the Mazda version, which I actually really like. Right. Try and look past the cat. Go on. He's going to shove his ass. No, he's not. Go on. Take your bottom over there. Where's the comments gone? People are saying hello to one another. I shall let you read that yourselves. But Julie says, that's great and very admirable. Thank you, Julie. I do hope it finally gives me more energy. Yes, because I have been struggling at times. Pingu says, you really should not eat penguins. There's not a lot of us left these days. No, I'm stopping eating penguins because it's cruel. Matt, correct Simon about his chocolate. Simone likes the Ford Probe. I like the Ford Probe. I think it's a good thing. I get post once every 2 weeks, which means that when I do get it, it takes me quite a long time to go through it. But yeah, don't get so much these days. But when I do, I get just to get a deluge in one go. But today was good because it was a good post day because Practical Classics turned up, which makes me happy. Judy says, yay, it's cat o'clock. Yeah, he doesn't stay on my lap for long. He prefers his bed cuddles. And if some of you may have seen a picture on either my Facebook group or Boaty's Facebook group, him actually in the bed yawning, which he does do. Don't you, Louis? Yes. Someone sending me messages. Oh, it's Matt. I'll look at your messages in a minute, Matthew. Simon prefers the Calibra to the Probe. Yeah. They're similar ilk, aren't they? I do like the Calibras as well. I had bad memories of my friends, one of my school friends' fathers having one, and it not being good. I'm just gonna say maybe he reads between felines. That's a good one. I like that. And that's what people put afterwards. Pingu says, Robert, you need to be in the Boaties live tonight as he will want to award you with your sausage overlord winnings. I will do my best. I have got an early start tomorrow, so I will pop on for a little minute and then pop off again, or just fall asleep, which I often do with Boaties Live. I'd go on them with the best intentions, and then just next thing I know, the iPad's kind of crashed on my chest, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I will try Pingu. Simone says on car show news, I'm going to the Allegro 50th anniversary on Sunday. 50th anniversary of the Allegro. Where's that to, Simone? Will Alex be there? I bet she will, with her lovely red Allegro. For Matt, the Probe wins. Pop-up headlights, no contest. Yeah. Well, the Calibra's front end does look quite mean, I think, especially the later ones. I think they did facelift it somewhat. Simon says, cats are so lovely, except when they puke up at the bottom of the stairs. Cookie. Oh, Cookie. Have you been puking up at the bottom of the stairs again? That's not good. Louis once puked in my slipper overnight. I didn't know he'd done it. and it was a January morning. Got up, couldn't see anything 'cause it was pitch black. Put my foot in my slipper, and I got a lovely cold squelch. Yeah, well done, Louis. So the Allegro thing's at Gaydon on Sunday. Yeah, that's a toss up for me between that and driving up to the Peaks with Boaty's luncheon. I'll have to give that some thought if I go anywhere, because I might just stay at home, because then the rest of the month's quite busy with car shows and stuff. Matt asks if anyone is going to MG's in the park. Which one's that? Because we've got MG 100 coming up. That's also at Gaydon, I think, on the 28th, which I am definitely going to, because I bought a ticket. It's one of these ones where you actually have to pay to go. So I've paid £10 to show off my MGTF. Whoa, go me. Do let us know, Matt. And if we don't get to all these comments and stuff, we don't answer these, and just pop something in the Facebook group. Do feel free to, put car shows and what have you in my Facebook group. Don't really, let everyone know. It's handy for me as well, because I've then got somewhere I can actually look things up. Matt actually. Oh, sorry. Missed a comment. Pingu prefers the Cougar. Sometimes only a Cougar will do. Had one once for a couple of minutes. Is Penny older? Oh no, sorry, that's a different question. Yeah, I quite like the Cougar, and I may be looking at Cougars in the purely automotive sense. Few hours drive, yeah. Simone to Gaydon, that's a trek for you. Matt strangely preferred the Calibra in the 90s. Bad Books nodded off during Boaty's Monday live stream, and he missed the excitement. Yeah, Boaty obviously can't do them any earlier because of his work, but I seriously struggle to stay awake any night beyond about 9 o'clock. So for me to be up now doing this is quite something. Ross Dinosaur Dad says Boaty's lunch should be a clinical medication for insomnia. Matt says Boaty's lunch is off. He's coming to the Rover gathering at the Great British Car Journey. And then Simon says no luncheon now. We're off to a place near Matlock for a Rover meet. So is the Great British Car Journey at Matlock, which is way up in Derbyshire from memory. Okay, Cotswold Wildlife Park, massive MG event. Is that near Cirencester? I think. Well, if it's Gloucestershire, it's going to be near Cirencester, isn't it? Simone is taking the Rover. TC engine mounts are knackered. I hope you get that. Do you reckon that's the vibration issue, Simone? Your engine mounts. Be good for video. Oh yeah, I'll see where the mood takes me. Obviously, it's disgustingly, it's only a 2-day weekend this weekend, so one wants to use one's time carefully. But yeah, if I go to a car show, I will almost certainly get some footage. Whether it'll be live again, I don't know, because one needs a decent signal to be live. Simon, you do need to buy your ticket for the MG thing. I think it's 10. I think if you want to get in as like a pedestrian, if that's the right word, it's like 17 quid. But if you want to get in as a car, as an exhibitor, it's £10. So sometimes it pays to have a car that doesn't pay. Pingu says, when I got pulled over by the Rozzers years ago in my Tomcat, they thought it was a Calibra, as some drug addict arsehole had recently ripped the rear spoiler off it. They're not dissimilar. It's the light clusters, the front light clusters, which I think are very attractive on an R8, and also the early R3s. Yeah, they're not dissimilar, are they? It was quite that shape was quite vogue in the 90s. Simone reports on TC's engine mounts. Yes, The mounts are supposed to be between 37 to 40 millimeters. Mine are 26 millimeters. And who says that size doesn't matter? There we are. There we are. Well, hasn't this been fun? I have got an early start tomorrow, so I can't see any more comments. I think I'm going to go to bed. And I'll give myself half an hour. I'll watch a little bit of Boaty's. I will try and watch a bit of Boaty's live stream, just so my sausage can be uh, blessed or whatever the prize is. Yeah. But Joe has just said that size matters when it comes to big SUV drivers. Yep. But driving skill doesn't. Yes. Simone's going to make a cuppa and read a book, which sounds very delectable and lovely. This has been a very lively live stream. I'm sorry to not go on for the full 2 hours. Not that there is a time scale on these things, but I do have an early start tomorrow. Building sites open at 7:30, therefore I must accommodate these people. So I thank you so much for your participation, attendance, and patience. Rover Joe quickly asks, "Am I going to Fotu?" I don't know what Fotu is. Is it a type of cheese or yeah, something? But thank you for your participation. Any car shows, drop them in the bids and bangers, and then if they're near enough, or we can go to them. Have a lovely evening, Julie. Have a lovely rest of your birthday. Mine's 99. Enjoy your car. I'm not singling people out, but I'm just looking at who's saying goodbye and just selecting some news from the day. Have a good night, everyone, and I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.